Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kyle here with another Gardening Tools video, and in today's video we've been breaking down the new Camazon zone. So a lot of stuff to talk about. Before we get into it, if we can get a like on this video, that'd be awesome. Also subscribe to the channel for more Gardening Tools content. So with that out of the way, let's get back into this new content here. Definitely a lot of changes here. It's almost like a completely new game mode. The only thing it kept is just kind of the basic structure and how it is used, and like how the battles work essentially is the only thing that stayed the same, but almost everything else about it changed. And so now how it works is here, actually, just to make it easier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of this challenge here. Yeah, because there's really no other way to show this. Yeah, okay. So here, let's just finish this challenge. I just started this one, so it's not that big of a deal. It used to be you would have every single hour, you would gain a point, and then you can use that currency to then battle and progress through the Camazon zone. Now, you could just play indefinitely. And the thing that is going to limit you is just how hard it is. So first thing you got to do is you got to pick a challenge, and then you're going to pick a difficulty here. So from 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way to 6. There's 6 different difficulties. The only one, as you can notice here, has significantly, it's already really hard because the starting level monsters are 97, but then it has banned light and banned fire. So it's banning 2 of the best characters for this in Future Princess and also Maya, which makes it incredibly difficult. And already they're already 97. So I think for most people, they're gonna have to start either lower or at least start lower to then work your way up to being able to complete 6 way down the line in this season. So then here, I'm gonna just pick the one that I've been doing here, which is floor 5 here. I've gotten to floor 5. Maybe I should start down at floor 4 and work my way up. As I progress through this, you'll start to get more and more clear on how this works. So that's going to be the first thing, is you're going to want to pick your difficulty depending on where you're at in the game. And then also there's these benefits here, and we'll talk about these here in a bit, but these Camazon points, this is where you're going to spend them. It's going to be on this stuff here. So here in a bit, we'll talk about the benefits, and then I'll kind of show you an idea what they are. But like, for example, it's on star 1, it's 50% attack, and it costs 250. But to go to star 2, it costs it's 150% melee attack bonus for everyone, but it costs another 500. And how these work is you get 1,000, up to 1,000 for this round, and then I believe what happens is it's going to go up. It's going to increase the maximum amount you can gain per round. And then also it's going to increase per season as well. And the seasons happen it takes quite a while for a season to end because there's multiple rounds. For example, May 18th is the next season, but every 3 days, another round happens. So that's going to increase the amount of possible Camazon points you get, like the maximum amount. And then it's going to allow us to be able to start stacking a ton of benefits here. Because right now, my benefit list is just this here, because I could only afford this much. This is like the maximum amount. I could mix and match this. This might not be the best or most optimal version of what I should be doing, but I think these are good effects here that I'm gonna stick with and try them out. And then, but you could totally just go here and just remove it. If I wanted to buy this, can't do it because I don't have enough. But like, let's say I didn't want this, I could just get it back, and then I could go buy this one. And which I really like that they make it that you don't have to worry about anything. Everything, you just actually get to play the game. That's one of the main reasons why I like this new content so much, is because it used to be you had to constantly micromanage your time and sign in every hour to play it. Whereas now, if you have a big chunk of time, or you don't have time throughout the day to play it, you can just go ham when you're actually playing, and then even if you make mistakes or miss something, it doesn't matter. You can just fix it. You can just change it. So I'm going to go back to the damage reduction because I think damage reduction is just a really good thing for this. And then so now I have my benefit list here is back to where it was. So I think that's cool. And then I'll add on to that as they increase the amounts. I don't know how much they're actually going to increase the maximum amount of Camazon points per round, which next round we'll know here in about 22 and a half hours here. That's when we'll be able to find that out. But hopefully it's actually a decent amount so we can start stacking this, because it is pretty hard. And I think these are going to be the thing, plus actually getting lucky with your artifacts, that's really going to matter. And then next, let's actually do a challenge. I'm going to go back to floor 5. And I could just play this indefinitely. I could just go all the way through. If I wanted to sit here, I could play all 8 floors if I wanted to. But it's very difficult. And then if you look at the clear reward, you get these one-time clear rewards. And I think this is such a cleaner system for doing this. And so since I've gotten to floor 5, I was able to get the clear rewards, which are these bottle caps here, for every single floor up to this difficulty. So I don't have to go through and do the easy ones like Tourist, Adventure, Challenger, Veteran. I don't have to do any of those if I could beat floor 5 in Survivor. If I did Conqueror, I would have all of them for that one, but Conqueror is massively more difficult, and I think it's going to take probably a ton of rounds worth of benefits that we just saw earlier to be able to even consider doing this without Future Princess, without Maya, in this format, when those two are like essentially god tier characters, and they're intentionally banning those two types, in my opinion. And also no Gabriel. I think she's really good for this too, so another like character you can't use. So now that we kind of get an idea, so look at the, as I go through floor 6, once you finish it, this was what happens when you beat the final boss of each round. So you're not going to get any of these bottle caps until you actually clear the entire floor, and then once you get to the very end, there's going to be even more. So I think for most people, as you can see the bottle caps, notice how it's big in the beginning. If you can't clear these, just do the easiest one you possibly can and at least get all the way through the Tourist, because that's where it's going to give you a ton of bottle caps. You have plenty of time to do it. There's no reason not to do it because you have an entire season's worth. It takes a long time to be able to actually clear the season, so you might as well maximize as much rewards as possible. And then what to spend with bottle caps is very similar to where it was before. It's mainly going to be hero crystals and also your awakening stones. But how they package it now, it's a monthly limit because the season lasts significantly longer than what it where it did before, where it was like a weekly thing. But they added a couple more things that I think are pretty cool. These weapon skins that are actually like really awesome looking, but they're going to take an absolute ton to do. I ended up buying already the legendary awakening stones just because I think those are a snap buy. I like that they cleaned this up when it comes to the hammer. The hammers are, there's no limit on them. This is, if you just have a ton to spend, then you could go hammers, or you can save up for more awakening stones for next season. I like to just really prioritize high graded, mid grade awakening stones because I have just a ton of these low grade ones that I haven't really been able to use yet. But the real bottleneck for me, at least, is going to be these mid level and high level ones. So that's where my priority is. So yeah, I only have 2 of those, 146 of those, and so yeah, this is going to be a big target for me, is going to be purchasing high grade defense stones. And then these ones would be nice to have, and I think it's kind of a cool flex, but obviously they're not that important, and they're massively overpriced for any real value there. I mean, when you pick them up, I think you get like what 0.1% attack in the collection book, so cool, I guess. And they look badass, and hopefully they end up adding more of these because I don't know, I just think this is a really sweet way to, you can go for efficiency or you can kind of go for a flex. I think it's a good balance there that they actually have those in. Then you have the hero crystals. I think these are obviously a snap buy as well. Hero crystals are incredibly rare. So all these things, the shop's very similar than where it was before, but I think the actual game mode is so much more fun now that you're not constantly sitting here on a grind where if I wanted to play a ton, like I have time to play a ton, I can't because I have to wait for each hour. Whereas, you know, I think it kind of speaks for itself. So that's really the main differences here, is going to be the addition of the floors, addition of how the point structure works, how you can play indefinitely, and also the Camazon points here. So I think overall, I think this is really good. There actually is one more thing I do want to talk about now that I think about it, which is back here, each battle, if you do a battle now, so let's say I pick this one. Each battle is going to give you a chance to roll a weapon. It's just the other ones give you a better chance. So it used to be you would have to find either a question mark or like an actual mini boss or the final boss to ever get a chance at an actual weapon. Whereas now, every single tile you complete, you will be guaranteed to at least get something. But the odds of getting something really good in each tile is low. And then it gets better when you go to a mini boss like the red sword tile, or when you actually beat the main boss at the end of the stage. So that's something to look for. Also, obviously the shops, you can buy something good there. So here, let's just do this battle really quick so you can kind of get an idea what I'm trying to say. And then also this, I think this is really going to benefit people that have a wide roster, be able to actually mix and match and based on whatever they throw at you to really push through. But that was true before this change. Nothing really different there. And some of the things I like, you know, definitely use on kill stuff. I think that makes a big difference. And also good characters for this. We can go over here in a bit, but I just wanted to show how it works where when we do one of these battles here, hopefully I can just actually beat it. But another tip I do want to say, if you are going to lose, just be sure to back out of it before you end up actually finishing the level, because you won't have to restart or lose the character. Just that's one thing. Like, I could just sit here, even if let's say I died here, just go back to the lobby. You don't have to force quit, you don't have to do anything like that. Just go back to the lobby and try again if one of your characters died, or if you had a team wipe or something like that. Especially when you're really far down in Camazon, like, you're really not going to want to lose your main roster. And I think for most people, they only have one main roster. Like, for the longest time to me, if I lost anyone, it's a complete waste. But in the beginning when I was doing this, I would like, if I died, I would be like, okay, guess I got to restart. Whereas you can literally just sit here and restart over and over again without having to force quit, without having to do anything weird. It's not a cheat. It's like built into the game to be able to do that. So I just wanted to make sure you guys know that. So I ended up just leaving. I believe I just went to the lobby. Yeah. So here, and then now I can go back in, and I didn't lose anything there. So just keep that in mind if you're gonna lose a character. But what I want to do is, okay, so now let's beat this again, and then I just wanted to show that you get something every single time you do it. Which is a pretty significant change, and I think a really good quality of life change, because they don't really care now, especially that they just let it to where you can just indefinitely play it. All the rewards are set. You just have to clear. You have to go all the way. Yeah, here you go. And then boom, on this, I got a really good roll here, which is a Rapture Breaker. I think these are awesome. These are definitely a snap buy. I believe they used to be better. And then also every single round. So me personally, I didn't get any Camazon points because I beat this, but I'm already maxed for this round. But I believe the maximum cap is going to increase in 22 hours. But because it's a little confusing when you look at how it's explained. It says every season it goes up, but then later it says also every round it goes up. So I believe it's both. So I'm not, but I won't be for sure until it actually, like, round 2 starts. That's pretty much the main differences. I think specifics, I could do another video talking about the specifics on which artifacts to go for, and then also talking about the best heroes for this. But I think this is a good first look on the differences for Camazon Zone. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any specific questions about this. And with that, guys, I am out. Peace.